Good morning. So today Nick's at work and I can do the actual window screens on the truck camper. Nick kind of showed me how to do it. It seems simple enough. So that's what I'm gonna try to do on my own today. We'll see how it goes. I'll try to film me doing one screen and then I'll probably just time lapse all the rest of them. For the new screening, what we did is we actually installed a storm door at our parents' house and it had an extra screen. They didn't need that. We're gonna just use the mesh from that screen. Okay, now I want to make sure that all these little screens from the truck camper will fit. So I'll have enough. That way we don't have to go by a little section. So I'll have to kind of lay them out and see if I can get them all to fit. Just using the screen door. Screen for these 6 screens. Let's hope I can do this right. How to remove the old screens. It's really simple. I have these little rubber string thing holding them in place. So all you have to do is really carefully take them out. Make sure not to rip them. And that's it. That's literally all that's holding the screen in place. So technically I should be able to take this off, cut out the new screen, and put this rubber piece back in, and that should be good to go. This is where the little window opener handle goes through. So I'm gonna cut out this plastic thing and we're gonna glue it onto the other screen. This is the old screen. I'm just gonna line it up here. I'm gonna cut out a little bit bigger. Here's the line where the rubber piece goes in, and you still have like a good centimeter on each side, so it doesn't have to be exactly precise, which is nice. Okay. I think that fits pretty good. So now I'm gonna have to put this rubber piece back in. Let me show you a little bit more up close here so you can see what's going on. So here is that little gap where the little rubber piece goes, and you still have like a good centimeter around the entire edge. So good thing that you don't have to be exactly precise with this like I thought you would have to be. Now I'm gonna try to put in this rubber piece. Nick gave me a little rubber mallet to kind of hammer it in. Oh yeah, this rubber hammer or mallet really helps. Tight. Put this in and hammer it in. Okay, this actually is pretty simple. It's always scary starting anything on the camper because it always ends up being a nightmare. But this is actually pretty easy. I'll go back and hammer it in really well when I'm done with it all. So I'm pulling this netting pretty tight right now and then putting this in and holding it in one end and then hammering it in. Pulling it really tight, you guys, so it's a tight screen. I don't want like a flappy screen. probably the most difficult part is getting it tight, like pulling it as you're trying to hammer it by yourself. So maybe if somebody was like holding it really tight, you could just hammer it in real quick. So it would be a little bit faster with two people, but it's definitely doable with your just by yourself. Okay, my first screen is done and it's really tight. So it turned out really well. I'm just gonna go along and hammer it in all the way around. First screen done, 5 more to go. I'll keep this with this, cut out this plastic piece. We'll glue that in later. Okay, I got all 6 of them done. I put on the old ones over top the new ones just because we still need to take off this little piece and glue it on the other one, on the new ones. Look how nice that looks now. What I'm gonna do now is just take them all outside and just blast them with the hose and try to get the dust off because they're pretty filthy. It'll be easier to just wash them outside. I think what ended up being easier is just cut out way bigger than the size, hammer them in and cut out the excess. That's probably the easiest. And when you're hammering them in, it kind of stretches the screen on its own because it kind of goes in there a couple millimeters still. So it's not as important to get them really stretched out as I thought it was. Those are just a few things that I found while doing this, but overall it was pretty easy. You just gotta watch your hand with the hammer because that can happen. Okay, let's get these outside. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there's a little hummingbird moth right there. You don't see it that often. Putting on these little plastic things. They go on the screen and then over the handle to open the window. I did one where I put the old screen on top and just put this where the old one was. That worked. I think an easier method is doing this. Let me show you. So here's the screen. We pretty much put it how it's supposed to be. And then we take one of these. I don't know what it's called.
Put on the cabinets so don't bounce around.
Yeah, just use any piece of tape. We just had these and they were like fit perfectly, so we're using them. And we just put them on top of that hole exactly where we need it. Then we take the screen and the plastic piece and glue it on. We're using the Gorilla Glue, and we're taking that little plastic piece and just gluing it on. Right over that. Taking the thing off before it sets. And then we also put on a little bit of glue on the other side as well. That way when we make the hole in the net, it doesn't tear. And we let it dry for 10 minutes and then we'll put on the screens. Okay, so the glue has dried after about 10 minutes, and you just cut the hole through where the handle will go. And it's ready to be installed. You can see the little handle fit right through the hole. You just install the handle for the window opener. And it's good to go. Why is this not going in? Okay, let me just... I'm just gonna just smash it in there.
No, put the top in.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Move it to the side a little bit.
That side? And then smash it in.
No, smash it in, just...
That's not working. Okay. So... it turns out we just don't need this screen. How'd you do that?